everybody. Welcome back for another episode of Pack a Day. We're going back to our box of 89 wax packs, and I'm flirting with maybe doing 2 packs today. We'll see. But let's get going, all right? Okay. Our first card is Ken Phelps, who I believe came over from Seattle in that Jay Buhner trade. There was a Seinfeld episode about that.
What the hell did you trade Jay Buhner for? He had 30 home runs and over 100 RBIs last year. He's got a rocket for an arm. You don't know what the hell you're doing.
Well, Buhner was a good prospect, no question about it. But my baseball people love Ken Phelps' bat. They kept saying, Ken Phelps, Ken Phelps.
Now here, leave a message. Jerry, it's Frank Costanza. Mr. Steinbrenner's here. George is dead. Call me back.
There we go. Sweet music. Frank Viola. He's your reigning Cy Young winner. He won it in '88. And of course, he's the '87 World Series MVP with the Twins when they won it. Pitcher. Oswaldo Peraza. Third baseman, Jim Presley. Played for the Mariners for a bit. He had some decent seasons there with some power numbers, putting up 25, 30 homers. We got one dog, Lance Johnson, who is the only Major League player to ever lead the American League and National League in hits. And if I'm not mistaken, he did it in back-to-back seasons. Shortstop, Rafael Santana. And looks like Rafael was the starting shortstop for the '86 Mets team. So he's got a ring. Good for you. Catcher, Mike McFarland. It's strange to see John Franco in anything other than a Mets uni, but he started out with the Reds, and in '88 he led the league in saves with 39. Outfielder, Milt Thompson. Milt had one of those crazy highlight catches. I'll pull up the reel and put it in here.
Hit in the air to deep left center field. He caught it. Thompson caught the ball. A terrific catch by Milt Thompson. A game saver. Another look. Watch Milt take away a grand slam.
That ball is out of here, folks,
all right.
He pulled it right back into the ball yard.
Terrific job, and Lenny is all.
Cal Daniels, seen here with the Reds. Jamie Quirk, he was the catcher for the '85 World Series champion Royals. And as a Cubs fan, I believe he was Del Swaim's bench coach. Rex Hudler, who I think is the Kansas City Royals broadcast analyst currently. Here's a starter that was converted into a closer later in his career, Jeff Russell. Roger Clemens. I don't think we've gotten a Roger Clemens card yet. So in '89, Roger's already won back-to-back Cy Youngs and an AL MVP. He's already gone through a few cases of icy hot as well at this point. Roger finished his career with 350 plus wins, over 4,500 strikeouts. Obviously not in the Hall of Fame because of the whole steroids issue, but that's a whole nother story. Oh, finally, our last card is Pete Incaviglia. So when Pete was drafted, he refused to play minor league ball. He was drafted by the Expos, I want to say. And so he refused to report to minor league camp, said he will not play minor league ball. So they immediately traded him to the Rangers. And the Rangers granted his request, and he's one of those few players who never played minor league ball. Went straight from amateur career to the major league roster. He is the reason we have the Pete Incaviglia rule, which up until recently stated that a player that was drafted could not be traded to another team until they had been under control by the original team for 1 year. I think that rule's been changed pretty recently to say that the player that was drafted can be traded once the World Series has ended. And that was our last card in that pack, and I've decided we're going to go ahead and rip open another one, okay? So hang tight. Let's get this guy open, and we'll see who we get here.
That's into right field. That's a can of corn. Bo Jackson is there. As here's the throw. Gallego tagging it. Bo gets it. What a throw by Bo Jackson. Standing flat-footed.
How about that smile? Yeah, he was. He was flat-footed on his heels, and look at this throw. All the way. Good catch and tag right here by Robin on the short hop, and he got him. Oh, my.
Okay. Our first card is outfielder Roberto Kelly. And it says here Roberto is from Panama. Hey, Gabby from Panama. If you're still watching these things, how's it going? Do you know Roberto? Pitcher Don Hinkle. Makes me want to say Ray Finkel. Mel Hall, who is currently serving life in prison, I think, for being a serial child predator. So, you, Mel. Right, the Candyman, John Candelaria. So, John's more well known with his time in the Pirates, where he threw a no-hitter on Candy Day. They were having a promotion where they were giving candy out to the fans in attendance in honor of John here. And what did he do? He threw a no-hitter for him. 89 Yankees manager Dallas Green. He's a former major league pitcher who kind of bounced around team to team in the manager GM role. He is responsible for building up the early 80s Cubs teams. He came over from the Philadelphia Phillies, and he traded and acquired players like Sandberg and Rick Sutcliffe. He brought over Dennis Eckersley for a couple of seasons there. So he did a good turn there for us as Cubs fans. And I want to say Dallas died pretty recently in the last couple of years. And one of the game's all-time great players, Frank Robinson. Here he is as the Orioles manager, but as a player, Frank deserves to be mentioned with the likes of Mantle, DiMaggio, Ted Williams. He's one of the greatest outfielders to ever step on the field. He is, of course, in the Hall of Fame. He won Rookie of the Year. He's the only player to ever win the MVP in the American League and the National League. One of those MVP seasons, he won the batting Triple Crown. He spent the last few years of his career as a player manager. And so he finished just a handful of hits and home runs short of 3,000 hits and 600 home runs. He could have easily surpassed 3,000 hits and 600 home runs. But he chose to be a manager first instead of a player. So while he was a player manager, he decided to take himself out of that lineup more often because he said he needed to manage and make sure that the team won. Frank was also a very outspoken leader in the civil rights movement once he got traded from Cincinnati to Baltimore. He was very vocal in that regard. Unfortunately, Frank passed away last year, I believe, from battling cancer. So rest in peace, man. Joey Meyer. Trivia fact, Joey is credited with the longest home run in professional baseball. He hit it as a minor leaguer, and I believe he did it, I know he did it in Denver, and I want to say he did it at Mile High Stadium, and it was somewhere in the range of 575 or 580 feet, supposedly. So, Joey Meyer hit a ball a very long way, apparently. Catcher, Larry Owen. Bobby Bonilla. He's grinning in this photo because he's probably already on the Mets payroll. Most of you guys are probably aware, but in the most maximum Mets move ever, Bobby Bonilla signs with the Mets and deferred his salary. He has been retired for some time now, but with that deferment, every July 1st, he is receiving a check from the New York Mets for, I believe, $1.19 million, and he will continue that until the year 2035. Yeah. Hey, cool. Look, you see him here with the Red Sox, but this is Chicago Cubs Hall of Famer Lee Smith, arguably the most dominant closer of the 1980s. When he retired, he held the Major League Baseball record for career saves. Jim Traber, and we're going to just completely forget that Jim ever played ball in America and cut straight to footage from Japan, where he had an absolutely epic mound charge, chased the pitcher all the way into the outfield. Jamie Moyer. Fun fact, Jamie's actually still pitching. I'm kidding, of course, but Jamie was really old when he finally quit. He had to have pitched for more than 25 years. I bet he pitched longer than Tommy John. Jamie holds the record for most home runs ever surrendered, and I believe most stadiums ever played at. True. So here's a cool guy with a cool story. Joel Youngblood. Joel is the only player to have hits for two teams in two different cities on the same day. How did that work out, you ask? I'm going to tell you. So he started out the day as a New York Met, I believe. He was playing in Chicago, I want to say. And he was traded halfway through the game. Pretty early on, like third, fourth inning, I'd say. Early enough for him to hop a flight to where his new team, the Expos, I think, were playing, which was Philadelphia. And he arrived in time to be a pinch hitter late in the game and get another hit. So Joel Youngblood started out his day in Chicago as a Met, collected a hit, traded halfway through the game, hops on a flight to Philadelphia, puts on an Expo uniform, and gets another hit. Crazy. Hey, we've got catcher Bill Schroeder, and for those of you local to me, Bill went to Clemson. And last card is Claudell Washington. So Claudell's been around a while, and at this point his career is winding down. Rhetorical question. Have you ever seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off? I know you have. So you remember the scene where Ferris and friends are at Wrigley Field and he catches a foul ball?
There's a drive, left field, twisting and into foul territory.
Well, Claudell is the batter from that scene. They used actual game footage, and Ferris caught a foul ball off of Claudell Washington's bat. So, there you go. So that was 2 packs. Maybe we'll make that a thing. I'm not really doing episodes on Mondays because I'm so busy. We'll do a 2-pack Tuesday. How about that? I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll open up another pack, and we'll see who we get then, alright? I hope you guys are happy and safe, and I'll see you again. Later.